Hello and welcome to another Come and See video from Cloud Adoption Solutions. My name is Crystalin and I'm one of the Salesforce administrators on the team. This time I'd like to show you how to turn your list views on important objects like leads or opportunities into a Kanban view that allows you to easily drag and drop your records to view and edit what stage they're in at a glance. We'll be using one of our simpler dev orgs for this and take a look at opportunities first. Once you're on the Opportunities tab, you can click on the little table icon over here, and off of the Display As dropdown, choose Kanban. Keep in mind that your view will look different depending on what your opportunity stages are. Mine are out of the box for the sales console, so it's pretty basic. You'll notice that I do not see a closed loss status here, only closed one, and that is by design, as opportunities with that status are hidden in Kanban view. Since I am in the recently viewed tab, that is what I am seeing, and I can change from one list view to another, and you'll notice that formatting does not carry over. If I want to see other list views in a Kanban view, I will need to change it. And then it will stay that way. So if I go back to recently viewed, you'll notice it is still a Kanban view. I would have to change it back to this view, table view. All right, we're going to stick with all opportunities because that gives us the largest spread here. Since each tile expresses a single opportunity record, and you can click on this little drop-down arrow in the top right corner to edit, delete, or change the owner of the opportunity. By default, the tiles display the opportunity name, account name, amount, and close date of the opportunity. These fields are the first four defined in the compact layout, so you can change this pretty easily if there's other information more useful for you to see at a glance, or if you want to change the close date to the due date or anything like that. If any of the fields are cut off, you'll just, like this opportunity name is, you'll just click on the tile and then go over to this list icon over here and click on it. It'll open the Details tab, which will show you all of the fields in full. You'll notice that the default organization of this Kanban view is by stage and then by amount. This can be changed by clicking on the gear icon, scrolling down to Kanban settings, and then changing up the fields here. For example, if I change this to opportunity owner, you would see all of this group. All of these are owned by me in this dev org, so it's not a super useful view at the moment, but if you had other people owning these opportunities, you would see them all listed out here, along with the number of opportunities they have in that pipeline right now and the total amount of those opportunities. Going to change it back to my favorite group by, which is the stage. There we go. Once you have configured your Kanban view, it's time for the actual fun to begin. So you can just click and drag any of these tiles to change the stage on the record. So you'll notice that when I click and drag these, it changes the count up here, and it also changes the total amounts in the column. So speaking of updates, you can also click on the exclamation point at the bottom right of these. If you really haven't had any action items for a while, and you can quickly add a task or an event right from your Kanban list view. So you can get a little pop-up, save that for yourself, remind yourself to reach out to a client you haven't talked to for a bit. Kanban cards only show this very convenient alert icon for overdue tasks, no open activities, and or no activity in the last 30 days for a particular record. So I'm sure that you're excited to try this out in your own org, but there are a couple of considerations that you should keep in mind. If you don't have edit access to a record, you can drag it to another stage. You also can't perform mass actions here. Changes are to individual records, so I can't control select 50 opportunities and move them all over at once. I'm just going to be clicking and dragging. You can't group records by the forecast category field. It's just not an option. If your company uses multiple currencies, the view will only display your personal currency. For lead list views, we'll just check those out super quick. Mine are super boring because, like I said, this is out of the box. I really haven't configured anything here. So if I go to all open leads, go to a Kanban view, you can see there's only 3 different statuses. But you'll notice that there's a closed not converted. There's no converted stage in this view at all. And you also can't see converted leads in a Kanban view. So I'll never see, converted and then a list over here. Going back to opportunities. If you have a lot of records in the list view, don't be alarmed if some appear to be missing. I promise they haven't disappeared from the system, but Kanban view is limited to 200 cards. So records may also be hidden on the board if the selected group by and summarize fields are in the page layout assigned to a record type that the user cannot access. So the main thing here is that the users need to be access things to be able to move things around and view them in this particular view. If you have configured celebrations in the path, last but not least, the confetti is still triggered in Kanban views that are using the same object, record type, and pick list, which is great. It is, however, only triggered once, no matter how many records you move to the column that triggers the animation until the page is reloaded. So if I clicked and dragged 30 records over to the closed one stage, it will only be triggered the very first record I drag over. All the subsequent ones will not have the fun little confetti come up. Thanks for watching today. If you found this video helpful, please give us a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to our channel for Salesforce related tips and tricks. Again, we are Cloud Adoption Solutions. Please feel free to reach out to us for any of your Salesforce needs.